Hello. Thank you all so much for coming to Steve Rosenfield's stand-up comedy workshop show online. We're so excited to have you watching, and thank you for everyone who are with our comedians tonight safely in their homes. Thank you for watching. We're so excited for this show. You are going to see a lineup of comics who have trained together in a workshop conducted by award-winning comedy director, founder of the American Comedy Institute, and author of the book Mastering Stand-Up, Steve Rosenfield. Some alumni who have trained in this workshop with Steve have gone on to perform on The Tonight Show, The Late Show, Conan O'Brien, Gotham Comedy Live, Saturday Night Live, and Comedy Central, and they perform in clubs all over the United States and all over the world. And now we're performing in the best club, your living room. There's still a 2-drink minimum, and we're gonna have a great time. I'm gonna be your host tonight, and on the lineup, we have several comics making their stand-up debut for you. And we also have comics from all over the country and all over the world, because now with our workshops online, no matter where you are, you can train with Steve and you can pursue your dream of doing stand-up comedy from the safety and comfort of your own home. More information on that to come, and I'll link all of our information down below. But without further ado, let's get on with the show. Hi, I'm Micaela. I'm your host. I'm so glad to be back in New York. That's where I am right now. But I did spend quarantine in Florida with just two of the greatest people ever. Ladies and gentlemen, they've been married for 26 beautiful years. They've watched all 8 seasons of Dexter twice, and they still don't believe in global warming. Mike and Tina Fagan. Thank you, Mike and Tina, for being my quarantine buddies. I keep having dreams that they are getting divorced, like actually divorced after 26 years. And my therapist says it's actually about me divorcing myself from them. But like, who gets custody? Because I don't want it. I don't want it. Someone take care of me, please. Gosh. New York is fun. I'm being safe. I'm wearing a mask. I'm practicing social distancing, but I'm still rifling barehanded through people's stoop garbage. It's such a fun way to catch corona. I think that's the best way. Like, I mean, people are saying New York is dead and they're leaving. Good, leave, please. And leave all of your stuff on the side of the road because I want it. It can be anything. A couch, I'll take it. A rusty colander, I'll take it. One man's trash, another, it's my treasure. They're my treasures. Florida was fun, but my parents lived in a 55 and over community, which meant I lived in a 55 and over community. And I fell asleep every day knowing that I was the only fertile woman in at least a mile. So if this became a situation where we'd have to like repopulate the earth at some point, there was going to be a line of old men knocking down my door. So I had to get out. And I got out. New York it's different though, especially because Broadway's not happening. I miss Broadway. I mean, I only saw one show on Broadway, Chicago, because it's cheap and you can get rush tickets for like $30. I've brought every family member that's ever visited me to Chicago. But I feel like as sexy of a musical as it is, it would lose all of its sex appeal if it was actually done in a Chicago accent. Like no amount of fishnets or Fosse could make it hot to be like, the name on everybody's lips is gonna be Roxy. I don't feel like it would win any Tony Awards. Well, I'll be honest with you guys. In college, I was a lesbian. And I still am because I'm not a quitter. I'm not gonna quit. Yeah, can you tell? I am a lesbian. I'm wearing a blazer in my kitchen at 8 o'clock at night. So I would have done this anyway. I would have done this anyway. I should have known way earlier than college though to come out because I grew up really wanting to be a nun. Like that sounded fun to me. That should have been an early indicator because I just thought, oh wow, I could live with hundreds of women in a castle. Wow, that sounds great. And I know you're like technically married to Jesus, but it's like he's always on a business trip. Never home. So I thought it would be fun. I'm not the only queer person in my family though. I have an aunt who's gay and she gives me fantastic advice, except it's just a little bit outdated because she came out in a different time. But like, I'm wondering if I should message this girl on TikTok and and she'll come back like, okay, yeah, TikTok, I got it. Here we go. First thing you want to do is marry a man. Wait 10 to 12 years. That's what I did. Just wait 10 to 12 years. I know. Then at your weekly all-girls poker game, kiss your friend Debbie passionately and clumsily on the side of the mouth. Wait 10 to 12 more years. It never happened. At your goddaughter's communion, bonus points if it's your goddaughter, any communion really. At their communion, kiss Debbie full on the mouth in front of the priest. Tell her you die for her and then live happily ever after. In secrecy, tell absolutely no one. Does that help? Like, no, but thank you so much anyway. I love you. Thank you, guys. I cannot wait to get the show started. Thank you. Our first performer coming to the screen is performing all the way from Greensboro, North Carolina. Please, Greenville, North Carolina. I said it wrong. Greenville, North Carolina. Please give it up for Cage.
I'm excited today. Me and my girlfriend just celebrated our 5-year anniversary. It's been 5 years since we broke up. Election is right around the corner. Better get your vote in. It's crazy. Since 1969, we have voted for an actor, a liar, a sports owner, a cheater, and a TV reality star as president. And that's just Donald Trump. I saw the debates on Thursday. I was very disappointed. Just treat it like it is, a pay-per-view fight. Each candidate comes out with their own intro music. Joe Biden comes out too. In North Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground where I spend most of my days, chilling out, maxing, relaxing on cool and shooting some b-ball outside of school. Then Donald Trump comes out too. America, fuck yeah. America say the motherfucking day, yeah. The ring announcer standing in the middle. We are live. It's time to see who will become the 46th president of the United States. Introducing first, in the blue corner, this challenger was vice president for 8 years. According to his opponent, he probably doesn't remember that. From Stratton, Pennsylvania, Sleepy Joe Biden. And in the red corner, he is the 45th president of the United States and the country's #1 pussy grabber. The reigning, defending champion from New York City, New York, the Orange Cheeto, Donald J. Trump. The bell rings, Donald Trump going around the ring with Joe Biden. Donald Trump saying, my base love the blacks. I love the blacks. I done so much for the HBCU. Hell, my daggone son-in-law is black. No way, he's Jewish. Same thing. Joe Biden going around the ring, talking about, come on, man, here's the deal. Come on, man, here's the deal. Come on, man, here's the deal. Then they both collapse. The fight ends in a draw. I recently had a relative die. A lot of people that came up to me and said, I'm sorry. If you didn't have anything to do with it, why would you be sorry? And if you did, we have a serious problem. When I die, I don't want a funeral. Just cremate me. Throw a huge party, get drunk, have sex, get high off my ashes. And my friends will be like, man, this cage got me fucked up. I just want to say, I would never bring my family on that TV game show called Family Feud. The reason is my family will give you the most ignorant and off-the-wall answers you could think of. Steve Harvey will ask, we asked 100 people, what is the first thing that you check when you go to the doctor's office? I would say the heart. The heart is the right answer. My cousin Avon would say, that's not it. Black people don't have health insurance. They don't go to the doctor. Just give them chicken noodle soup and Vicks Vapor Rub. Yeah, that's the right answer. I don't understand why people say, I don't mean no disrespect, right before they disrespect you. Why even say that? That's like saying, are you going to eat all that? I don't mean no disrespect, but are you auditioning for my 600-pound wife? Thank you, guys. It's been a joyous time. Appreciate you. Everything for coming out and checking us out. Thank you so much.
Give it up for Cage. Cage, that was great. Thank you so much. Your next comic coming to the screen, he's a wonderful friend, and he is performing all the way from Cambridge. So please give it up for the very funny Isa O'Neill.
This presidential election is the first presidential election I'm old enough to vote for. And frankly, I don't know how I can choose. Both candidates are just so impressive. First, you have President Trump. He's got the virus under control. He's ended DC corruption. And he's brought law and order to our major cities. And then you have President Biden, Vice President Biden, and he's just so charismatic. He really gets my blood pumping. It's amazing just how much he gets my generation. It really inspired me to hear him say, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women created by, you know the thing. People my age are really excited by that. And I think he can bring the country back together. I think he's even going to win the South. In his Super Tuesday victory speech, he confused his wife with his sister. I think that really resonates with a lot of Southern evangelicals. I was pleased to hear him announce a new campaign slogan on ABC. Make America return to the essence of who we are, the dignity of the country, the dignity of people, treating our people with dignity. End this god-awful, deliberate division that is being taken in order, separating people. Now, this slogan is obviously great, but it raises one concern. How's that going to fit on a hat? I'm seriously considering the Legal Marijuana Now Party. I support their strong pro-labor stance. I also want to commend them for their bravery to stand up to racism, sexism, poverty, and injustice. My only hesitancy is I strongly oppose legalizing marijuana. I'm trying to get a paying job. I sent out hundreds of applications. I got one response back from a company called I5 Marketing. They wanted to talk to me about my offer. I don't remember sending the application. I don't know what my offer is. I don't know what I5 Marketing is. I don't know what marketing is. So I take the interview, and the interviewer asks me, what are you hoping to get out of this job? And I say, it's the opportunity to work well in a team setting and contribute to the core values of I5 marketing. And she says, do you have any experience in the project you propose doing with us? And I said, well, that depends. And she said, depends on what? And I said, it depends on what you mean. And she said, depends on what I mean about what? And I said, well, it depends what you mean when you say project. It depends what you mean by experience. And it depends what you mean by doing. And she cut me off and said, we only have 15 minutes for this interview. Now, in your cover letter, you mentioned using economies of scale to better serve our larger clients. Do you care to expand on that idea? And I said, well, I would love to. And she said, well, and I said, oh, you mean right now? And I said, well, I5 marketing has scale, doesn't it? And she said, of course. And I said, we can economize on that. And she said, Mr. O'Neill, what are you talking about? And I said, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? Let me tell you what I am talking about. I'm talking about the bottom line. I'm talking about cutting costs. I'm talking about cutting administrative costs, IT cost, payroll cost, infrastructure cost, catering cost, daycare cost, electricity cost, heating cost, cooling cost, accounting cost, fixed cost, recruiting cost, miscellaneous cost, employment insurance cost, retirement pension cost, rent. Marketing cost. I didn't get the position. Thank you. You have been an above average audience.
Isa O'Neill. Isa, you'll get a job soon. I know it. I might hire you just for my own personal budgeting. Tell me where I'm spending my money, please. Your next comic coming to the screen. She's a wonderful friend. I'm so excited to see her. Please give it up all the way from Floramount, Texas, the very lovely Holly Van Stratton.
Hey. Hi, everybody. I'm a bit nervous tonight because my new boyfriend is watching. I know he's out there somewhere. If you know who you are, please contact me. My parents got married at 17. I was born 5 months later. When I was old enough to do the math, I told my friends that my name is not really Holly Lynn Van Stratton. It's Holly Backseat Van Stratton. And my mom overheard me. And she said, if I hear you tell that story one more time, I'm going to tell you what really happened. In that wild, passionate 10 seconds in the Chevy Chevelle. My parents have been married for 52 years. Their years of marriage makes it easy for me to remember my age. They're so in love. They still hold hands, they kiss, laugh at each other's jokes when they can hear them. My brother married his high school sweetheart, and they are still married after 25 years. They've given my parents 2 beautiful grandchildren that they adore and dote on. But I am not jealous because I know I'll always be mom and dad's first fuck trophy. I was born with a crooked eye. I was at a club a few years ago and I asked a hot guy to dance, and he looked over his right shoulder at the guy behind him where my eye was looking. I grabbed his arm and I said, "I'm talking to you." We danced. We got married 4 months later. That was a fucking disaster. I did learn something though. Always trust my crooked eye. I am dating this guy, and I found him in the bathroom blow drying the tub. Come to find out, he doesn't like anything moist. Finally, a man that can appreciate menopause. Last week, a younger guy approached me and he called me a MILF. I said, "How dare you? You don't know me. I don't have kids." Did you mean menopausal you'd like to fuck? I've been skydiving 3 times and my friends are like, "Wow, isn't that scary?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, it's scary, but where else am I gonna go to have a guy strapped to my ass for 7 minutes?" So a few weeks ago on vacation, I actually went water skiing. I'm a pretty active 51-year-old. I had no idea that my legs could still open up quite that wide. I am still dripping lake water. May be able to hear the drops hitting the ground. Recently, I was in an airport lounge and this cute guy kept looking at me, and he like walked by a couple times, but I noticed he had like 2 prosthetic legs. And then he approached me and we chatted, and he asked me out on a date, and he said, "But before you answer, please know I have 2 fake legs. Does that bother you?" And I said, "Absolutely not. I've been having sex with a fake penis for years." When COVID hit, I moved out of New York to Texas to live with a friend. It is different here. One of her daughters found out that her fiance was cheating. She was walking out the door to go confront him with a knife, and her mom grabs a knife away from her and sharpens the knife and hands it back to her. Says, "Go make your mama proud." But then my friend had second thoughts and called her daughter back and said, "I've thought it over. Do not ruin your life over a man. You're graduating with your master's degree in December. Give that knife to your sister. Let her kill him. She only owns a gym." So for this Halloween, I'm thinking of making a sign for the front of the house. Single male parent trick-or-treaters only. Come into my haunted house. Entry requirements: recent COVID test results, bank statement, and a photo out of costume. I am kind of concerned about my friends, what they really think of me. Because when I moved to Texas, I rented a storage unit. And as a joke, I told them I had so much room left over to make some extra money. I was going to put a bed and a bedside table and lamp in there and rent it out and me by the hour. They all had the same reaction. "Well, then you should probably pay the extra money to get the air conditioned unit." I came across a huge card sale at a greeting card store. I bought cards for every occasion. Merry Christmas to the man I love. I don't have a boyfriend. To my parents on my wedding day. Again, I have no boyfriend, but a girl has to have goals. And happy Pride Day to my wife, because a girl has to keep her options open. Recently, I experienced something totally new and amazing. I flew first class for the first time, and the seat folded like into a lie flat bed, and I slept for the entire 8-hour flight. That wasn't the new and the exciting, amazing part. The new and amazing part was when I woke up, the guy next to me was still there. So during the pandemic, for over 8 months now of staying home, I haven't bothered wearing any jewelry or earrings or anything. I'm afraid they won't be the only holes that have grown over. So I was having sex pre-COVID, and I got this Charlie horse. It was so painful. You know, that cramp in your leg? Well, I just kept going, but I tried to shake it out. And while I was shaking it out, I mean, it hurt so bad, I actually started to moan. I shook my leg so hard, we almost fell off the bed. After we finished, the guy says to me, "That was fantastic. I've never seen or felt moves like those. Can we do it again right now?" And I'm thinking, can I fake a Charlie horse? I am Holly Van Stratton, Holly World Comedy. I'd like to thank you, and particularly you. Thank you very much.
Holly Van Stratton. And yes, that's 887. Blah, blah, blah. We're good to see you, Holly. Your next comic coming to the screen is performing all the way from Santa Monica, California. It's very funny, so please get excited for Tom Susko.
Thank you, Micaela. You know, I think I speak for all of us that I'm really sick of this COVID crap. I really miss going out. I miss hearing people say, "Look, it's the Lexus salesman." Or, "Hey, it's Bill Nye the Science Guy." Or, "Oh my gosh, I thought Mr. Rogers was dead." You know, James Bond has been at it almost 60 years. They're coming out with another one this year, and it's called No Time to Die. It should be called It Is Time to Die. I wish instead of getting one younger actor after another, they just stuck with Sean Connery. He was the best James Bond. They should have just let him grow old and write the script to match. Like, for example, instead of roulette in a casino, he could play bingo in his nursing home. Or instead of a sensual massage by a sexy spy, he could be getting a prostate exam by his urologist. When he gets up from a chair, the loud, sharp, cracking sound is not his gun, it's his knees. Instead of, "I'll do anything for a woman with a knife," he says, "I'll do anything for a woman who will puree my chicken." In every movie, he says, "My name is Bond, James Bond." Wouldn't it be great if it was realistic and he said, "My name is," what's my name again? COVID research is bogging down because there's a national monkey shortage. I read this in Google News. Really. The National Institutes of Health wants to create a national monkey reserve. They're going to call it the White House. My wife and I have been living the green life since we married 20 years ago. We recycle our arguments. She dropped a pen and I asked, "Why did you drop that?" And she said, "Tom, that is the dumbest question I've ever heard." The next day she dropped a fork and I said, "Sweetie, why did you drop that?" And she said, "Tom, why are you asking the same dumb question?" For you single people, that, in a nutshell, is marriage. I read in the news this woman created a texting robot after her husband died using all the text messages. Since he died, she says they've exchanged 10,000 text messages. She says, I know it's him because the messages sound just like him when he was alive. Leave me alone. I'm a doctor. And what gets me is when an insurance company denies a drug that my patient really needs. It's interesting because the word insurance is based on the ancient Latin word no. When a patient calls the insurance company, this is how it goes. Why is my drug for rheumatoid arthritis being denied? Let me look up your policy. It's a POS policy. Point of service? Piece of shit. What is covered for rheumatoid arthritis? Infliximab. My doctor never mentioned it. What's that? I'll tell you what it is. It's cheap. Does it work? Yes, it's proven highly effective in mice. Are there side effects? Craving cheese? Fear of cats? Leaving little trails of poop? Get me the supervisor. Just a moment. This is the supervisor. You're the same guy. No, I'm not. I was Fred before. Now I'm Ralph. Just kill me. We are slowly and profitably. Our medical system is so broken, it's difficult for even doctors to imagine something that would work. It would take Walt Disney to imagine that. At Disney World, in addition to Frontierland and Tomorrowland, they should have Hospital Land. At Hospital Land, when you get to the front of a very short line, the cast member asks, "Do you have insurance?" No. Well then, come right in. And if you have something simple done, like a mole removed after the surgery, the nurse says, "You know, you look a little bit tired. Why don't you stay a month or two?" And remember, you can press Goofy's nose for Disney room service. But when I leave the hospital, if I have pain, what should I do? That's not a problem. All you have to do is visit Morphine Land. Thank you so much all for being here tonight. Back to you, Micaela.
Thanks so much, Tom. Oh, I hope Morphine Land has a water slide. I don't know. Your next comic coming to the screen is literally performing from across the world, all the way from Iceland. Please give it up for the very funny Lovisa Laura.
Woo!
There are two types of people in this world, us and Pierce Brosnan. I mean, like a great example of this is like the other day I was in a Zoom class and I wanted to ask a question. So I raised my hand and the teacher didn't notice. So I was like, no. No. And suddenly I had both my hands up and I was just like doing a mime thing, and then with my hands, and I think people just thought I was the sign language translator. That wouldn't happen to Pierce Brosnan. Like when Pierce Brosnan gets punched in the face, it's because of somebody's passionate, jealous rage. When I get punched in the face, it's because I'm standing behind the guy getting punched in the face. And he's attacking. I am the type of person that twice in my life, somebody has accidentally sat on me in a movie theater. If somebody sits on Pierce Brosnan, it's not an accident. So I'm so happy to be here. It's been such a fun time. I really needed some cheering up because I work in retail, and people can be so horrible. Like, just today I had the worst day. Like, I was just at the register and I was ringing up a woman, and then I handed her bag and I said, okay, thank you, have a great day. And she said, you too, smiley face. Oh. No, I will not stand for this. LOL and JK in conversation. I don't like it, but I'll accept it. But I will not accept you speaking in emojis. What's next? Are we going to be speaking in GIFs? If something really awkward is happening, you're like, Kim Kardashian peeking from behind the bush. So I went to the bathroom at work the other day, and when I came out, my 20-year-old coworker, she came up to me and she was like, did you just go to the bathroom? I was like, yeah. She's like, without your phone? And I was like, yeah. She's like, what did you do? I was like, I peed. What were you doing while you were peeing? It's like, I don't know. She was like, but like, where were you looking? I was like, door, I think. And then she called me a sociopath. And that actually got me thinking of like her generation's horror films. They're going to be quite different from mine, because I had like Hannibal Lecter, like muscled, and Jason stabbing children. Like, you have like an accountant just like sitting on the toilet without his phone, menacing, staring at the wall while pooping. Thank you. I've been in Lovisa, embarrassed monkey face.
Oh, you come from Iceland. Let's give it up. Smiley face, smiley face. Your next comic coming to the screen is making his stand-up comedy debut. All the way from Bud Lake, New Jersey. He's getting his mic ready. Please give it up for Joshua Bastin.
Hi, my name is Joshua Bastin, and I'm a teacher who has obsessive compulsive disorder. Got OC dizzle in my nizzle. So basically what that is, I get compulsions to do stuff. Like when someone makes eye contact with me, I got to blink a billion times. Or when I get nervous, I have to just stick my arms out. It makes things really awkward in church because Jesus will be up there like this. And I'll be like, what's up, Jesus? How's it going for you up there? He looks down at me, makes eye contact with me. So we got kicked out of church. Right now, my OCD brain is telling me to just stop talking and do this for 20 minutes. My compulsions were even worse as a kid, especially when I played basketball, because every time I'd shoot the ball, I'd have to go like this. It was really bad too, because I was a ball hog. I'd always shoot the ball. So I'd be OCDing all over the court the entire game. My parents, they came up to me during the timeout. They're like, Joshua, what are you doing out there? I was like, scoring. I already have 10 points. Some of those girls are pretty tall. So after the game, my parents are still suffering because we'd have to line up for good game slaps. And I'd line up like this. Good game. Mommy, did I look like Shaquille O'Neal out there? Like, well, honey, you look like a giraffe on crack cocaine. So they finally took me to the doctor. I got really nervous going to the doctor. So I did what most people do when they're really nervous going to the doctor. Gave myself 47 dark purple hickeys down my arm. The doctor examined me. He's like, son, have you been sexually active recently? I was like, does this count? Only way I can reach, doc. So it turns out I had OCD. And the reason is because I have what's called voluntary compulsions. But to me, voluntary is like a really strange way to put it. Would anyone like to volunteer? Yeah, me! I love doing community service. I'm like a white girl doing a TikTok dance video. Am I twerking? Maybe is this twerking? I think I'm twerking. Do I look sexy? So I got this other compulsion where I had to just sniff everything, especially office supplies. So I had this really important job interview. I could not focus because this guy had this nice, fat, juicy stapler just sitting on his desk like a slut, waiting for me to snip it. He's like, so, Mr. Bastin, why do you want to work for our company? I was like, shh. Grab the stapler off his desk. I didn't get that job. I got this other compulsion when I first started my job as a teacher. After every few sentences of teaching, I just had to go, you son of a bitch! Sarah, you did an excellent job on your paper. You son of a bitch! Work hard and you'll get an A in this class. Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in 1865. That son of a bitch! The principal called me into the office and he's like, Mr. Bastin, this is really kind of crazy and I know you probably didn't do it, but there's been a complaint I gotta ask. Did you call Anne Frank a son of a bitch in class today? What you got on your desk over there? Quite a voluptuous hole puncher. You can punch all of my holes, Mr. Hole Puncher. All right, thank you guys. It's been great. My name is Joshua Bastin. This is so much fun. See you next time. All right, bye.
Bastin stand-up comedy debut. Let's give it up.
Right.
Joshua, I graduated from college 2 years ago, and you're my favorite teacher that I've ever had. Your next comedian coming to the screen. Really awesome person, all the way from Burleson, Texas. Please give it up for the very funny Kim Wadesworth.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Yeah, I love this Zoom comedy stuff. It's amazing. But I think some of you still look at me like, woo, wee, she is somebody I'd like to party with. and the rest of you are kind of like, no, wow, I think she's confused. But listen, I had to start doing weird stuff to my hair right after the rednecks stole that mullet from the lesbians. Yeah. So look, guys. guys, I grew up poor, and it sucks growing up poor because everything in your house is generic. Like, we didn't have SpaghettiOs, we had pasta rounds. Everything else just had a white package with big, bold black lettering. You know, we didn't have Coca-Cola, just cola. And we didn't have Lay's potato chips, just chips, the mystery bag. And can you just imagine how embarrassing it is when you have friends over to your house and the only thing there is to sneak when your parents go to bed is beer and their porn. Oh, all missionary. Gross. Yeah, get that image out of your head. So getting older for me sucks so bad because my menopause doesn't know if it wants to have a hot flash or maybe have a feud with one of my annoying neighbors or, you know, just have a cry and another donut. I'm worried because I don't know what it's going to want tomorrow. Like, is it moping around in my pajamas all day or coffee sprinkled with cocaine again? Yeah. I wonder why women have so much struggle with weight. You know, I know for me personally, I fight the limits of my genes every single day. You know, like lack of exercise is bad. It causes you to have a slow metabolism. Like menopause, terrible, slows your metabolism. Hell, you know, I think breathing has slowed my metabolism. I mean, can you imagine that commercial? Breathe half as much, lose weight twice as fast. I get invited over to my friend's house. Jody invites me over all the time, and I never know what to wear. I don't know if it's sweatpants, a swimsuit, my tool belt. Every time I go there, I end up having to fix something for her. You know, install a ceiling fan, fix a leaky toilet, smoke a brisket. I get it. I'm a lesbian. I get this, but I'm not here just to collect lesbian merit badges. No. Look, and I'm not the stereotypical Birkenstock wearing, car repairing, indigo girl listening, woman converting, man hating, softball playing, U-Haul towing, cat loving gay. Okay. I'm just an everyday normal person. I think some straight people are cute when they say, she seems so normal for a gay. Like, I'm just the kind of normal person that watches Snapped and investigative TV and tries to find all the angles to commit the perfect murder, right? I mean, I'm just the kind of normal person that goes to work and complains about not getting promoted despite my lack of education or experience. Just real normal stuff. Like, I am just a normal person that no song has ever been written about. There's not a song out there that goes, whoa, 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 she's a lady. Whoa, 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 but she's manly. Talking about my lady. No, there's no song like that. Has anybody ever noticed that there are all kinds of nicknames for a woman's breast? You know, boobs, tatas, titties. And it gets me wondering, are there that many nicknames for a man's penis? You know, like, what would you call a group of dicks besides the Senate? A group of wolves is a pack of wolves, and a group of crows is a murder of crows. So what is a good name for a group of penises? Like, I don't know, a bunch of balls? slew of scrotums, a ton of tallywhackers. I don't know. A pile of peckers, a ream of rods. You guys, it's been super fun for me. My name is Kim Wadesworth, and I got to go for now, but I'll be back after a brief moment. I got to go pick up a peck of pickled peckers.
Wow. Let's hear it for Kim Wadesworth.
Woo!
You'll have to forgive me. There's a crazy noise coming from above me. All the joys of living in an apartment in New York City. I don't know what they're doing up there. Your next comic coming to the screen is also making his stand-up comedy debut. He is from Augusta, New Jersey. So please put your hands together for the very funny Wayne Okeefe.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm colorblind. How is it that colorblind is the only handicap where you have to prove it? You know, people hand me a photo and be like, hey, what color shirt is that? Or what color pants is that guy wearing? But those said people will literally can't go up to a handicap, like a person in a wheelchair, and push him over and say, hey, why don't you prove it? Get up. Can you get up? Can you? And also, I always get asked, being colorblind, like if I see things in just black and white. I said, no, I see all different kinds of colors, you know, just the real ones. It's like Michael Jackson's face throughout his career. So I heard that, you know, the FBI came out with a report about that. The worst thing to our security is domestic terrorism. But the thing is, see, I'm not scared about domestic terrorism because I've been married for 3 fucking years. I'll give you a little, you know, a little background. My ex-wife, her family's from Ecuador. So when she's really angry at me is when she'll start speaking in English and then all of a sudden just start cussing me out in straight Spanish. English to Spanish right away. And then the way I know that she's really, really angry is that she just starts yelling and cursing at me in Spanish. No English, just right to Spanish. And then the way I know where she's furious at me, she fucking shot me. Now, I always said, you know, love is one long, sweet dream, but marriage is the alarm clock. I'll give you guys, you know, people who are, you know, I'll give you some future advice for people who are thinking about getting married or getting married. You always want to remember, you want to get the last words in a future argument. Always want to get the last words in. You have to. Those specific words are going to be, you're right, dear. Now, marijuana, everyone says that marijuana is like the gateway drug. But I think that marijuana is the gateway drug to spending 45 minutes trying to pick out the color Gatorade you want. You know, and also, you know, my friends always want to ask me, you know, they're always like, your wife, you know, she can't be that bad. She cannot be that bad. You make her out to be some sort of monster. If you get in an argument with this woman, you would think she is a fucking monster. Like, you gotta fucking do this. Like, you don't understand. It's crazy. So, that was my set. You know, everyone have a great day. Thank you.
Wayne Okeefe. Awesome job, Wayne. And your marriage sounds like it's really good. Great job, Wayne. Awesome debut. Your final comic coming to the screen tonight is performing from Pittsburgh, Kansas. She is making her stand-up comedy debut. So please give a nice warm welcome to Regina W.
Hey, so I happen to have a name that can be mispronounced to rhyme with the female part of the body. And one day I was at work and I saw a woman with the same name on her name tag. And I said, "Hey, your name is Regina, just like mine." And she said, "It's Regina." And I was like, "Why?" And, I really hate it when people say that someone gave birth vaginally, because it sounds like a lovely stroll through the park, like vaginally in the park one day. That's just not accurate. I think we really need to pronounce it like vaginally. Because it rhymes with finally. Finally push that baby out of your down there. You just want to shout vaginally. Never turn your back on a baby. So when I had a baby, I thought I could trust her. And I was sitting on the floor and she slowly crawled up behind me and stuck her finger right down my butt crack. That'll jolt you alive. Like if I ever have a heart attack, should we use the paddles on her? Nope. Just stick your finger down her butt crack. I used to teach high school, and one day I told my students that I like to wear thongs. The look on their faces told me that something was lost in translation. That's the day I found out that they're called flip-flops now. So I get really common phrases wrong, like I saw a woman that I needed to talk to at work, and I said, "Can I chew on your ear for a minute?" And she just keeps walking. And I was like, "Oh no." So I run after her and I say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Can I bend your fat?" So, it's actually really hard to do stand up right now with the pandemic and all the clubs are closed and everything. And so I went online to look for an audience and I ordered a blow up doll. And it actually, when it arrived, it wasn't great timing because I had just had a fight with my husband and I did not know that it was going to come in this package. If you can see it, there we go. The ideal inflatable husband.
Got it.
Okay. And he's the one that opened the box. So, but really though, he is a wonderful husband. I love him very much. He's actually here now. And I would actually want to introduce you. Hey, honey. Hey, come here for a minute. I want you to meet my friends. Okay. Okay. So, okay. So have you ever seen a little kid with a wedgie so bad that it looks like their butt is trying to swallow their pants? Well, that's what I think this whole year, 2020, has been like, just like one bad metaphorical wedgie. So, another time I was on New Year's Eve, I was in line at the grocery store and I asked the checkout girl, like I wanted to say, "Any big plans later?" And I said, "So, what are you doing later?" She just looked at me like, Okay, but yeah, 2020 has been rough on everybody. But I actually wrote out a list of things that give me hope in 2020. Number one, the gorilla population is on the rise in Tanzania. And that's it. That's the whole Maybe I'll think of something else later. I don't know. You guys have been a wonderful audience. Thank you very much. My name's Regina.
Let's hear it for Regina W. Stand up, JQ. And let's give another round of applause for those gorillas. Thank goodness. And that was our show. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you all for being a part of it. And thank you to the people at home with the comics. Thank you so much for supporting them and for supporting live comedy. If you've ever dreamed of doing stand-up comedy, if you want to give it a go, you have to do it at the American Comedy Institute with Steve Rosenfield, and that is now online. So no matter where in the world you are, you can do our workshop. We have them every month. I'll put information down below on the details of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and have a wonderful and a safe rest of your weekend.
Yay!